Well, hello there, everyone. Today is November the 3rd in the year 2022. Hopefully, you're doing outstanding. Remember, I'm Mazske Finance. I'm not a financial advisor, CPA, or attorney. Let's try and figure something out. I made a video yesterday on real estate meetup groups, and it only has 18 views, and I know why. I know the answer to the question I'm going to ask. Why can't almost anyone do what I've done so far? One reason is not enough people watched yesterday's video. It's so important if you want to be successful. Anyway, what I'm talking about is I bought my first rental house in 2017, January 2017. Bought my second one in December of 2017. Okay, so two houses that first year. 2018, I bought a triplex in April and a single family home maybe around August or something. So four doors that year. So 6 units altogether in 2 years. But then within 4 years, I had 25 doors. Why can't everyone do what I just did? Now, there are investors who've done more than me in less time, but the majority don't even do what I've done in more years than that. And I don't understand why. In my mastermind group, no one has done what I've done. There's one young man, helicopter pilot Caleb, who has, I think, 20 doors right now, something like that. He's the closest, but it's been more than 4 years, but he's also quite a bit younger than me. Okay? So that makes a difference. I had more time, more age, let's say. But then, and there's differences in our lives. You could say, well, you had a lot of money given to you. Big answer is no. I did not have a lot of money given to me. You could say, well, you said you were a stock investor. No. I've said this in other videos. Yes, I was a stock investor. I did take money out of my stock accounts over the years to do different things. But then I only used stocks to buy two houses in self-directed IRAs. Because most of my stocks were in in IRAs, Roth IRAs. I put them in self-directed IRAs, and I bought two houses with that stock money. So we could say I bought 23 units then in 4 years. Okay? So why can't you all do exactly what I did? Because when I started, I did not sell stocks for a down payment. I did not have a lot of money in the bank for a down payment on that first house. My first house was $97,000. My second house was $97,500. Or it could have been flip flop, but it was all both about the same rate, around 97. All right, I'll tell you how I did this. First house, I used a HELOC. My personal residence, this is where I differ from a lot of people. I paid, I topped out in 2018 making $52,000 a year. However, I got hired by that job in 1998, making $23,000 a year. I bought my house in 1998 while I was in the police academy. I paid my house off in 17 years. Can you do that? If not, why not? I did not make a lot of money. I had two children. I had a wife. She worked part time. When I bought my house, she wasn't working. She got a very part time job. She got another job that was full time, making minimum wage, and because she could stay with the kids and work with the kids, preschool type thing. She got above minimum wage as years went on, but in any kind of preschool type setting, childcare type setting, they never make very much per hour. Okay, about the time my boys were early ages of teenage years, perhaps. Yeah, teenagers, I guess. The oldest one might have been 16 or something, 15, 16. The youngest one might have been 13. She got a job in a factory, making better money, making about what I was making, even though I'd been in my career field by that time for 10, 12, 13, 14 years, whatever it was. Okay? So it wasn't like we had myself and my spouse working great jobs for many, many years, saved up a stockpile of money. We didn't do that. I used that HELOC. I paid my house off. I got a $30,000 HELOC. I used that. I used part of that, like 17,000, towards getting my first rental property. It means I used some of my savings for the whole down payment of that first rental house. Second rental house, I used more savings, and I also used some of the HELOC. And I had paid the HELOC down after getting it back in January. I paid some of it down. Okay, I don't remember the exact numbers. When I bought my triplex in the spring of 2018, I had just retired from my job, so my $52,000 a year came to an end. But I had a 457 plan. What you can do in a 457 plan is when you leave employment, retire, quit, resign, get fired, anything. you can withdraw your money, no penalty, but you do pay tax. I paid federal tax, state tax. I got out approximately $45,000. I used that on a as a down payment on my triplex, which cost me $199,500. We'll say 200 grand. Okay, so I bought a triplex using that as my down payment. Later in the year, you think I would do this? I bought a house in Birmingham, Alabama. That was $45,000. 20% down payment on that is about $9,000. Okay. I think I used a HELOC just a little bit on that, a couple $1,000 in savings. So even by the end of the second year, I was not using a lot of savings towards my down payments because I didn't have a lot of savings, but they were starting to build up. Especially after I got the triplex, they were starting to build up. All right, along came 2019, and I think in the beginning of the year I bought my first house inside of a self-directed IRA. Okay, sold stocks to do that. We're not counting that. We'll say I got 23 and 4 years. Okay, but then I decided to sell the house that I bought in December of 2017. Sold it in the spring of 2019 because I knew it had gone up in value. I knew I got a good buy on it. I knew I'd improved it by cleaning it up, et cetera, et cetera. So I was going to get some money back, and I got back, oh, I can't remember off the top of my head now, 35,000, 40,000, 45,000, somewhere in there. But I used that money to buy 4 houses. That was my down payments, getting a mortgage from a conventional bank. That was enough money to get used as down payments on 4 properties from a turnkey operator up in Gary, Indiana. Okay, those houses cost from roughly $40,000 to $70,000. Okay, I don't have the price right in front of me, but in that range. All right. Um, I also bought. I did a Burr house that year, and we did that with a 401k for my wife's job. We took a loan from our 401k, paid cash for a house in Birmingham, Alabama, different market. Paid cash $24,000. Got a rehab, extensive rehab, floor joists, wall studs, roof. Every hardwood floors had to be completely redone and repaired, fixed. Different things fixed. Everything had to be painted. House had those floor joists. 2 floor joists were rotted, replaced underneath. A variety of different things, but the rehab was $22,000, $46,000. It appraised at $77,000. I got a mortgage for 51,500, and that gave me, it was a cash back, so that gave me enough money to completely pay back the 401k loan, pay closing costs, and I basically called that my free house. Okay, I got a total of about 6 doors in 2 years. Next year, I think I got up to 11, so I bought 5 units total in 2019. I sold one, but I still picked up. I ended 2019 with 11 doors, 11 units. In 2020, I bought 14 houses, and I may not remember off the top of my head how I did this exactly, but I bought 14 houses. I bought another house in my spouse's self-directed IRA, sold stocks in her Roth to buy that house. Pay cash for both of them, okay? That's the 2 houses we pay cash for in self-directed IRAs using stock money. If we don't count them, I did 23 and 4 years. You should be able to do the same. If you're not doing the same, look in the mirror because you're the reason you're not doing it. I'm telling you how I did it. Copy and paste if you need to. But don't copy me. Don't copy anything I did. Find your own path. Find your own journey. Do it your own way. So in 2020, one house, it was 14 houses altogether. And I may forget something in here. One house inside of a self-directed IRA. I bought a total of 9 houses from a individual using seller financing. Those houses were all cheap. No banks were involved, seller financing. Down payments were still 20%, but the houses range from maybe 39,000 up to 59,000, 60,000, something like that. Somewhere in there. So anyway, how I had the money to buy them, I did something else. My triplex I had bought and the very first single family home I bought, I did a cashback refinance on both of them, pulled out $65,000. That $65,000 was tax free. $65,000 was enough to pay the down payment on all 9 of those houses. I may have used a little bit of cash to assist, but basically that $65,000 paid the down payment for those 9 houses. Late in the year, I bought 2 houses off the MLS. Both were $59,000 for one, $59,500 for one. Both right now are worth over probably $120,000 easy. But I got two mortgages on them. One in my name, one in my spouse's name. Each mortgage was, I don't know, pay a down payment in the 40s. I think $47,000. I also had a contact up in Indiana call me. He offered me four houses in a package deal. I couldn't afford to get all four, so I bought two of them, and a buddy of mine bought the other two. Out of those two houses I bought, one of them I paid cash for. It was $18,000 to pay cash for it. 18,000. It needed $5,000 worth of work to rehab it. So with closing costs on it was about 24,500 all in, 24,500 all in. The other house was $40,000, so I got a mortgage on that one. From all my mortgages to this point were through Prime Lending, so I got a $32,000 mortgage. I think that's my cheapest mortgage I got. Prime Lending. If you need a banker, you want a cheap mortgage, contact Prime Lending. Look up Jerry Padilla. My playlist, interviews with others. He's in there. He gives you his contact information. Contact him. Maybe now, in the way things are, you can't get a mortgage quite that cheap, but you can still get a cheaper mortgage. You can do them in almost all 50 states. Okay? Don't use an excuse you can't find a bank. I just gave you a bank. Prime Lending. Jerry Padilla. Look in my playlist, interviews with others. He can help you out almost anywhere in the country, United States, not other countries. Okay? So anyway, I got 14 houses that in 2020. I think that was everything. That if I counted them all right, that's 25 houses I bought in 4 years. Okay, I've tweaked my portfolio since then. I'm not going to get into that. All right, in December of 2020, I bought my first position in oil drilling and mineral rights acreage. All right, at the end of the year is December of 2020. All right, so granted, or not granted, but here's my question: why can't you do exactly what I did? I used very little money out of pocket to get started. I used very little money out of pocket as I progressed. One difference you could say is I had that 457 plan that bought a triplex, that bought three doors. By getting that triplex, I was able to do a cashback refinance. Combining it with the other house, got 65,000. I think on the, I think I got like 40,000 on the triplex, 25,000 on the single family home, something like that. That gave me 9 more doors, and I still kept the triplex in the single family home. I've since have sold that triplex in subsequent years. Okay, and that's another story for a different day. But here's the question: why can't you do what I did? I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear you don't make enough money. I topped out at the end of my full-time working career making $52,000 a year. I was married. I had 2 children I raised. Okay, those kids, I raised them properly like all parents should do. They both went to college for free. Are your kids going to college for free? If not, why not? Look in the mirror. Okay? That's all I'm going to say is look in the mirror. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. I listened to people at the real estate meetup group yesterday. This is a much more expensive area than where I was living at before or where I was buying my property in. I don't think too many people are there that own a lot of real estate. A couple do. A couple own a lot, and a couple are wealthier than I am because they own houses here that are worth more than my house up in Indiana or elsewhere. Okay? But again, stop making excuses. If I can do it, so can you. Learn from me. Learn from other YouTubers. Learn from other investors. Stop making excuses. Stop running the numbers over and over and over and over and over and never moving forward. I've given you a banker to use. I've told you about using a HELOC. I took a $30,000 HELOC. If you own a primary residence and you haven't paid it off, could you still get a HELOC for around $30,000? Maybe with inflation you need to go a little higher now, but could you? Does you or your spouse have a 401k? Can you take a 401k loan? Can you? Do you own some rental property? Can you do a cashback refinance? Can you? If you haven't bought your first one, why not? Come on, why not? Get out of that chair you're sitting in. Figure it out. If you need more money, go work a part-time job. Work a double part-time job. Work 80 hours a week to save up the money if you have to. Because you got to get started. Because so many people out there dream about it, say they want to do it, but they never do it. You got to get started. You get the first one, it's going to get easier. And then you can have this life. Palm trees, water, docks. There's a swimming pool right up there. Maybe you can have that life. And I'm thinking about selling this life because I want to keep growing my real estate portfolio, and I may use this house to springboard me to even more investments. Okay? So with that being said, this video is going to take forever to upload. So thank you for watching. Thank you to the 18 people that watched yesterday's video. I've spent a lot of time trying to upload my videos since the hurricane. That's why you don't see too many. This is my longest one since the hurricane. So hopefully you watch it to the end. Give me some viewing hours. I hope you subscribe. I hope you click the thumbs up. I hope you appreciate what I'm trying to do to help you, not the other person. I'm trying to help you. All right? So do it. Get off your butts and do it. Enough said. Mazske is signing out.